So week 6 and halfway through this 10k training block, things are starting to click, things are starting to work, but what are the little details that I'm paying an extra bit of attention to? What are the things that are potentially making the difference? Well, today we're going to be diving in and talking all about it. What is up guys, Andy Forrest, Team Runner here. Welcome back to another video, and this is week 6 of my 10k challenge. So welcome back to another video. If you're new to the series, welcome. This is a challenge I've set myself. In 12 weeks, I'm aiming to break my 10k PB. Currently 33:38. Let's see where we can take it. If you're not new to the series, welcome back to another video. You guys know the drill. We have a featured workout to get through, and then after that, we're going to be talking all about the little things that I'm really paying a big attention to detail on, and hopefully in the long run, going to be making a massive difference. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this episode with the featured workout. Let's see how it went. All right, so good evening and welcome to this week's featured workout. I say good evening because it's Wednesday evening and it is negative 1.5 degrees. It's a chilly one. Winter is here, and on the cards we have our 10k specific threshold workout to do tonight, which is going to be told to you by Will.
Right then, Radar. So what have we got this week? So your Monday VO2 max session, we're going to be doing 16 by 400 meters off a 60-second rest. What's the target pace going to be there? Well, the target pace is going to be 3k pace. So you think, that's going to be 4 miles worth at 3k pace. It is absolutely doable, and to be honest, we're going to be doing this again later in the block with more reps. Just be careful, the first few are probably going to feel terrible. That always happens to me. Don't worry, you'll start to work it through and you'll be definitely hitting those 3k efforts by the end. Wednesday, our big boy session is going to be 5 minutes of effort, 2 by 4 minutes of effort, 2 by 3 minutes of effort, 4 by 2 minutes of effort, and then 5 by 1. Everything is going to be off 90 seconds. We're going to start off relatively slowly, so 10k pace for 5 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but I want you to be working through those gears and getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Trust me, you don't want to start any quicker and you're going to be burning up by the end.
So yeah, a bit of a tasty one tonight, 10k specific work, got the intervals working down, cutting down, excited to get it done. I'm out here in Lydney, I've got my head torch tonight, so I'm going to be doing it a little bit out on the Docks Road and a bit more on some of the other roads. I'm going to be using the head torch a lot. In terms of why I'm recording in here, because as you guys know, the GoPro battery is terrible in the cold. With it being below freezing out there, it will last like 30 seconds. So I'm going to take the camera out, keep it wrapped in my gloves as warm as possible, and do little bits of burst footage in between reps so I can put the paces and stuff on the screen as I go, and I'll get back in here and I'll talk to you about how the workout went. So it's going to be a cold one. Vaporfly version 1's on, the originals, just racking up the miles in those now because I managed to secure a new pair, so really excited to race in those again. And yeah, other than that, there's nothing more to say other than to keep wrapped up and get out there and get on. Okay, I've done the 5s, the 4s, the 3s. Everything's really good so far. Hard going out in this weather, so cold. But all in the 520s and 5-teens so far. There we go, hopefully you can see me alright using the head torch here. absolutely phenomenal. Those paces were best I think I've ever run. To go sub 5:30 on a 5-minute rep, and then just to continually cut down on a lot of those 1 minutes were in the 4s was just, oh man, so happy. It's all starting to click. Freezing cold night, very hard to get going, but so worth it when I did get going. So these winter days really do prove to be a challenge, whether it's morning or night. It is flipping freezing at the moment, and right now temperatures in the evening and the mornings are well into the -1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas, so it's getting hard in terms of breathing. But I have to say that was an incredible workout, potentially one of the best workouts I've ever done in terms of paces anyway, and how I felt. I kind of took a while to get into it. At first 5-minute rep, it did feel a little bit of a struggle, and I did wonder how the workout would go. But as soon as I got that 4th rep done, the first one, the second 4th rep just clicked, and from there it got easier and easier and easier just to dial down the paces. And actually I think just overall the Vaporfly version ones always help, obviously, but with 240 or 50 miles in them now, they are wearing down. It was a little bit dicey out there, a little bit slick, but they just feel such a good shoe. Managed to grab a new pair of version 1s, hence why I'm now wearing these Vaporfly version 1s into the ground. Going to be really getting the miles in those. I'm just overall delighted with how that workout went. Kind of expecting that around week 6 as things start to settle in. Training has been going well. I've been feeling really good, and I think, as I said, these micro details that I'm paying more attention to are making a big difference. And the 3 things I really want to highlight and focus on today is strength, mobility and activations. Now let's just dive into those very quickly, because I'm aware that these could take 10-20 minutes per topic for me to explain how I'm integrating them and what I'm doing exactly and all of that. I just want to give you a general overview because everyone's different when it comes to these things. But for me, strength, I've highlighted this in the last few vlogs of this training series. I've been doing 3 strength workouts a week. Now this is a combination of stuff that was put together by a PT about 3 or 4 years ago for my upper back, plus some added core work and hip work, and that combined has become this session where I spend time on my upper back, I spend time on my hips, and I spend time on my core and glutes. Sorry, hips and glutes and then core. I do 3 basically workouts in one session. It takes me about 25-30 minutes. I focus on 3 sets of 12 really at the top half, 3 sets of 12 exercises in the hips and glutes, and then 3 sets of 12 in the core. Actually, sorry, the core is more like 5 or 6 different exercises. So I do core a bit more kind of like HIIT training and just do one after the other. And I'm just working all of those areas, and it's just paying off so much. I can't begin to explain how much more upright I am, how much better my back feels. And that was the final straw for me after London, just having the back go in the taper week. I'm fed up of using the back as an excuse. It's given me the fire and the motivation to get something done, and I've now completed 7 weeks. I did a week before I started this 10K training series. So 7 weeks completed, and onwards we march with that. So strength training, I can't recommend it enough. You hear it enough from us runners. I've been really lax on it over the past 7 years. I'm really making an effort with it now. And then the next thing is mobility, and that really does go hand in hand with the strength work. And I do that the day after I've done strength training. So strength tends to be Monday, Wednesday and Saturday on the heavy days, and then I tend to do mobility just Tuesday and Thursday, just a couple of times a week, just to stretch out, because I really like to rest after Saturday into Sunday and do nothing. But I do focus on stretching out the hips, stretching out the back, and stretching out the front panel. Something I've been doing is a bridge maneuver, just holding it there, just trying to get that flexibility, pushing up. Week 1, couldn't get my head off the floor, to now I can get my head about 2 inches off the floor. It's great, and I can hold that for about 10 seconds. That sounds nothing. So many of you can do way better than me, but to be honest with you, seeing that sort of progress in 7 weeks is unbelievable. So I'm just going to continue with that. It's all about getting the flexibility, getting the spine moving and not seizing up in the back. So mobility is the second thing that I'm doing. And then activations. I'm actually, if I'm getting up late in the morning and I have a school run, rather than just getting up, put the clothes on, get out the door, I'm actually deciding to cut my run short to still spend 10 minutes activating my glutes and my upper back, check out Stephen Scullion's YouTube channel, the Irish Olympian marathon runner. He's incredible. He's done a lot of mobility work, activation work, and I basically do a lot of what he does in the morning just to make sure everything is right. I'm working on sacrificing 5-10 minutes of a run just to make sure my body is all fired up and ready to run to prevent injuries. And so far, touch wood, those 3 things have really made a massive difference in my running this block. So there we go, that's week 6 coming to a close, just a cross country to go tomorrow to wrap it all up. And as I said, those are the 3 things that I'm really making a massive focus on. And I'd love to hear from you guys about it as well. Do you really put a lot of time into strength? I know when I've mentioned strength before, loads of you in the comments saying me. I'd love to hear about mobility and activations. Do you guys do those, or do you just rush, get out the door? What's your routine with those? I'd love to hear in the comments below. These are the things that I'm really making an effort on. Whether it particularly makes me faster over this 12-week block, I highly doubt it. In the space of a year, it's going to make a massive difference. And that's what it's all about, the long-term game, just committing something for a long period of time. I'm not looking at this as a short-term fix. I'm looking at this as a long-term solution to ongoing back issues that I can't even begin to describe. So I appreciate your support in this training series, and I can't wait to take you guys in the final half of this training block where we approach the goal race after Christmas, plus a couple more races coming up as well. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Until then.